Hey, how's everything going with you today? Welcome to a new video. I hope you're all doing great and feeling absolutely at your best. The folks at Phones to Guatemala are letting me test out the Oppo Find X Ultra, and here's the box right here. In fact, we've already done the unboxing. This is actually the very first time I'm trying out a super high-end phone of this caliber. It's literally a camera packed into a phone, seriously. And if it stands out for its cameras, I have no doubt it's amazing. By the way, I'll be doing a review on it soon, but for now, we want to see how its battery performs during gaming, especially since it also has HDMI cable support. We've got a really beautiful screen, a top-notch battery, so join me as we do this gaming test. All right, here it is. Just look at this beauty. Seriously, it's a stunner. The camera module looks kind of octagonal. That's how I see it. 4 super powerful Hasselblad sensors. Just look at this beauty. Plus, we've got this flash here that gives it an incredible look. There's even a button to instantly launch the camera. Artificial intelligence is present too. If you notice, there's a circle around the whole camera housing. You can also attach an additional telephoto lens, and it has a fingerprint sensor. And what we're going to look at now is the heart of the device, which is the processor. Here we have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite Generation 5, the most powerful chipset currently available on the market, paired with the Adreno 840 GPU. As for the battery, it's a massive 7,050 milliamp hours made of silicon carbon technology, which is exactly why it's remarkably slim and compact. Another important point to mention is the charging features. We have a dedicated charge bypass mode, reverse charging, so you can charge up your other devices, wireless charging, and also direct power supply, which essentially means bypass charging. This is really going to be incredibly useful when you're gaming or streaming on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, or wherever else you like to go. You'll have the perfect chance to do all these kinds of things with just a mobile device, in short. And we're going to make absolutely sure of the following: that every single setting on the screen is set to the absolute max with a high refresh rate of 144 Hz. As for the resolution, we have it set to high, and that's exactly how we'll test it today. We'll also make sure to check for any heating issues. Here in my country, in my local area, it's currently up to 20 degrees, so it's quite cold, and I could honestly use a heater right now. We have this game manager here, so let's turn up the volume because it sounds absolutely great. There it is. Just listen to how absolutely beautiful it sounds. Seriously. Let's go ahead and open up the very first game, which happens to be one of the most demanding ones available right now, and we're going to test it out in TNT. That's what it's called. And right here, for example, we have a dedicated game manager where we can turn up the volume, right, and adjust the brightness. Guys, we have the full system status to see the FPS in real time. Network optimization will allow that. Let's just say yes. Look, there it is. It looks really nice, you know. We have cleaning, game capture, touch prevention, championship mode, screen recording, a voice changer, hollow audio, devibration, fixed orientation, direct power, charging, bypass, and eye care, plus all these different sound effects. Look, for when you connect Bluetooth to get the best possible low latency, it plays low latency Bluetooth. Wow, audio and video sync. You might experience a brief interruption. Aim assist, we can say yes, but here it's not really for aiming, guys. I don't think that's highlighted at all. In the time I've already played NTE and Genshin Impact, guys. Well, let's go straight to the gaming test because I really want to know how it's going to perform under pressure. But first, let's get the stopwatch. We have a full 100% battery. Heads up, 100% battery and 1 hour. Let's see how it does in an hour. I'll stop this gaming test then. Remember, this phone isn't really meant for gaming. It's for getting the most out of photography, but I want to see how it performs. Look at this, bro. It's truly absolutely incredible. I'm gonna turn that off, seriously. We have Pro Gamer mode. I'll leave it like that. Ultra Touch, high refresh rate, Hollow GR. I'll turn that off. What a beauty, man. Look at this. Wow, honestly, it's just amazing. Take a look at these graphics. The quality is truly impressive. It says custom extreme. Look, Everything is on Ultra, 60 frames per second. Yes, it's running at 60, but what a beauty. Well, what are we gonna do? Next, we really want to see how these graphics look, right? I know you guys are dying to see the graphics. So let's turn on the HDMI connection, bro, because it's set to full 4K resolution. Hold on just a second. The HDMI is about to come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There it is, folks. Look at that. I'm telling you, check out the holocron. Man, what a way to go, bro. Seriously, it's absolutely awesome. But here's something interesting. It's only showing 30 frames per second right now. We're going to test it in Call of Duty to see if it keeps 120 or 144 FPS, or if it changes when we connect the HDMI, because it's set to 4K resolution. This isn't just full high definition, folks. This is so incredibly good. Man, just look at this. There's no sound right now because I haven't fully connected the audio to play in the video yet, so it's just my voice for now. Yeah, that's it. How beautiful. Look at this, bro. How does that look? Seriously. Name? I want one. I really want one. That is what people are saying here. Look at that. Just look at how it changes. Look, look, this is all happening in real time. What incredible graphics. Such absolutely beautiful graphics. I want one so bad. All right, we've tested this game, and what a total beauty it is. Let's move on to the next one now. Now let's try another little game. It ran so nicely. Seriously, it was so smooth. Let's play Fortnite. Look, here we have it right here. Fortnite, and I'm gonna run it to the max. Yes, this is gonna be a short gaming test. 120 FPS. I'll just set it up for you right now on HDMI. 120 FPS and everything. Epic. It's so cool to show it here too. Wow, look, this is how I'm going to test it, so let's get started. Let's activate the system status here. Set it to Pro Gamer mode. There it is, Pro Gamer mode. High screen refresh rate as well. Okay, what else does it offer us here? Is that all there is to it? Yes, that's it. Check out the graphics, bro. They're absolutely stunning. Wow. Let's go ahead and connect the HDMI cable so you can see exactly what I mean. All set. Here we are on HDMI. Oh, that's good. They're already making out and it's running at 30 FPS. Look, it says 30 FPS. But when I plug in the HDMI, I'm going to unplug the HDMI. Awesome. It looks great. There's someone here. Should I unplug the HDMI? Goodness. There it is. Yeah, look, right. You have to keep that important point in mind, folks. I noticed that when we switch over to HDMI, the resolution and FPS drop down slightly. I definitely noticed that. But man, the gameplay is absolutely incredible. And it actually runs at 117 FPS. When I connect the HDMI cable, it drops significantly. Even the graphics go down. I project it now. Look what happens. Hold on a second. Wait. Come on. Just look at that. Take a look at this. It drops to 33 frames per second, and the resolution goes down a bit. I wonder why. Seriously. And the resolution drops to 30 FPS because in the game, everything was running at 100%. And we definitely noticed that happening. It is pretty weird, don't you guys think? Yeah, really. Once I disconnect the HDMI, everything goes back up. I'd say it's probably because of how much we're demanding from it. Look, now everything's up. It looks nice. But at 120, there are games that aren't compatible. Did you notice? That's a thing. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. The phone is really nice. Seriously. Listen up. It's this specific game, guys, because I noticed that in it. Let's try the Polo 2D right now to see how it performs, hitting an impressive 117 FPS. All right. Is there another weapon here? Did happiness pass through your body, Macarena? Listen, I honestly don't even have a shotgun, guys. Otherwise, I would have gone full cat pack on him right now. Oppo Find X Ultra, man. Can you actually see the title? The name's right there on the blacks. Isn't it? Look. Wow, this is awesome. Hey, what great performance, my bros. It's meant for photos and videos, but it looks amazing for gaming tests too. It gives you anxiety, says the friend over there. It's an obsession, man. Seriously, what a beast of a machine. The graphics look hyper realistic. It's beautiful. And then we can also turn on the aim assistant. There it is. Look, wow, this is awesome. We're going to head on over to see Mr. Carlos right now because it is finally time for us to run a test on whichever game we can test, and we have already gotten ourselves a bit of a warm-up. Battery, 98% battery. It doesn't show the temperature here, but wow, what amazing graphics. What can we do so we can self-destruct? Nothing happens. There it is. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Trouble here, folks, so I can get taken out. No way. Seriously? What an absolute noob that guy is. Man, this Oppo is really just absolutely incredible. Now yes, there we go. Unless they penalize me for just leaving like that for no reason. All right, we're all set here with Mr. Carlos Duddy. I'm gonna hook up the HDMI cable right now so everyone can see clearly. For example, exactly how his graphics look and everything. Let's see how nice it really looks. I'm just waiting for it to finally show up here on the screen. Let's see, for example, in the settings menu, if we go to the graphics controls, it says 144 FPS in theory. Look, 144 FPS. Now that looks really good. The graphics in VR mode, it doesn't say right here, but we can reveal it. If we set it to 120 in DMZ, we can reveal that too, and it also goes right to 120. And here, as for the game manager, we're going to set it to Pro Gamer mode with the high hyper response engine. It says it has. Look, it even has that feature. Wow. Okay, and let's continue on with the multiplayer. Okay, if you notice, right now we're on HDMI, and it actually looks really impressive. Seriously. The resolution hasn't changed at all, but it's staying at 30 FPS because we're using HDMI, everyone watching this. But the resolution is actually still quite good, so it didn't affect it as much as it did with Fortnite at home. It wasn't like Fortnite, let's disconnect the HDMI now. This is for streaming on TikTok, seriously. Or on YouTube, someone would have to come over. I'm not hearing anything, there's no one here. Another thing, the bag. Let's disconnect the HDMI. Let's drop down here, done. We'll disconnect the HDMI, and you'll see it switches to 120 FPS. Look at that change. Even the movement is insane, my bro. Oh yeah, check out that movement. What a difference. It's just a bunch of little bags, seriously. It is sitting at 118, and it just doesn't seem to go up to 144 at all. It really doesn't reach that 144 mark, and what we're doing right now is, for example, prioritizing the settings. Let's lower it a bit right here. I have manually set it to 144 FPS, so let's see if it actually changes anything. Nope, it is still stuck at 119. All right, folks, I'm really sorry about this, but we're just letting the dogs loose now. They're finally sharing everything with you. As a bit of a bully, I'll set up the turret here. That's wild. All right, that's it, folks. Now let's try Battle Royale and see how it performs. Seriously, it's just a bunch of bots. All right, it stays right at 30, so if I go ahead and connect the HDMI, the screen stays really smooth. That also happens to me with the Red Magic, and pretty much with most other phones. Actually, I haven't seen any yet that run at 120 on HDMI. Right now, the resolution is looking quite good. You can definitely tell. Look, 31, very smooth, guys. For streaming or using it on the go, it's a pretty expensive phone, guys. It really is an expensive phone. Let's unplug the HDMI now. Come along with me. Look, it's still there. I'm just disconnecting the HDMI cable now. And it's going to switch to 118. Look, just like that. And you can really see the difference in movement on the screen. You can really tell, if there are actually 120 FPS. Well, first blood. They already took out the first one, so keep that in mind, please. With HDMI, there are some specific games where everything works perfectly, and others where it just doesn't. I mean, all of them work, but the frames per second definitely drop. In Fortnite, both the graphics and the frame rate dropped quite a bit. In Call of Duty, the graphics stayed exactly the same, but the frame rate dropped. Then honestly, it's awesome to play in 4K, but the Red Magic isn't in 4K. It's in full HD. There are only a few phones that can do 4K. For example, the Samsung Galaxy S Ultra, the Vivo X300 Pro, and the Vivo X300 Ultra. The Xiaomi 17 Ultra doesn't do 4K, guys. It just doesn't. Only a very few can. The Honor Magic 8 Pro, which I think is the latest one, also supports K. That's why I'm telling you, not all of them do. Even though Red Magic is made for that, it doesn't reach that resolution. I think someone's coming over there. All right, guys. Finally, I'm moving on to a brand new test. Someone's coming. They're up here. I told you, Hagel. It is fully charged and ready to go. You can tell it's running very smoothly. All right, let's move on to another test. And I was looking at him completely seriously. All right, let's just go ahead and self-destruct. Like good Samaritans. There you go. It's totally confirmed. Let's check how the heating is going, because the game manager, the good old game manager, forgot to monitor the temperature. We're at 41 degrees, so it didn't heat up that much. All right then, now let's move on to PUBG Mobile. Okay, we're now in PUBG Mobile, guys, and I have to say, what an absolutely sweet phone this is. Now let's go straight into the graphics settings. And here in graphics, I'm going to prioritize it in K, which gives us a really good resolution. For the very first time, I'm going in K, although I could also set it to max out the frame rate, but right now I really want to see PUBG Mobile with some incredibly nice graphics. I'm going to lower this setting right now. Haptic technology. There's no HD sound. I am definitely going to test that out as well. I'll set HD here on low because for a phone, I'd usually leave it on low. And now I'm going to go with this and we'll get everything started up. I'm going to set it again. I have it on high frequency Pro Gamer, high resolution, and the overall screen refresh rate. Oh, here's another one too. Hyper response in vibration, it says. What did it say there? Hyper response motor. That's the... Too bad I got here last. See? I told you. What awesome graphics, guys. Well, like I always say, you prioritize graphics. Frames per second go down the drain. It's running at 40 FPS. But look how nice it looks, guys. I honestly love playing PUBG Mobile. PUBG Mobile isn't for everyone, guys. It can be really tough to play. I've actually had the chance to make it to the finals. After searching for a while, I finally come across a really impressive piece of equipment. If it's level 10, I'll definitely trade it out for the one I have now. I'd even trade it for 1,000. Should I go over there, boys? Man, those graphics look incredibly intense and really impressive. 41 FPS. It looks like someone is dropping in right here at this very moment. Did you happen to catch that? Are they still dropping down over there in that specific spot where all the kids are hanging out right now? Exactly that. Should we head into danger? Let's go into danger, guys. I don't care if I get wiped out. What? Graphics over there where everyone is. That scope they gave me is so ugly, guys. Take cover, champ. All right, okay. We're in the thick of it now. Here they come, here they come, here they come. There's 2 of them, guys. No way. Guys. Let's get out of here. I see him now. Oh no. All right, let's move on to another test. They got sniped too, and it happened very quickly. All right, let's go to another gaming test, guys. We have around 38 frames per second and a temperature of 40 degrees. Okay, now we're in blue streak. Let's go to settings, graphics, and look, everything is set to high, and there's absolutely no option available to lower it. So let's start 145 frames per second, my brothers and friends. Not bad at all. Look, 144, 145 FPS. We're dropping in now, guys. Wow, let's go look for some ammo. There it is. And there are 12 of them. There's also a towel. We're good. We're good. What graphics, guys? It is such a beauty to play this game. Everyone is here, man, but damn, this is absolutely incredible. What a great scope it has. There it is. Another one showed up. Hold on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There it is, just like that. The poor guy is gone, guys. That was harsh. But man, the graphics are amazing. Where are all the people? Where exactly is that place? Here it is. And just like that, there it is, an absolute mega kill. This is awesome. Does anyone else want to step up? Let's go ahead with another test. Another one, another. There's another one here, guys. There's another one here. He was here. He departed here. Now release the vortex touch. The team is destroyed. Let's go for another one, since it seems like nobody wants to take me out right now. This moves so insanely fast. Hey, there are people over here, guys. So go ahead and release the vortex touch. Nonsense, guys. Hey, I actually just sent him straight up to see St. Peter. Nobody wants to take me out. All right, let's move on to our next test. I'm about to drop again, but I have to get taken out again or else I'll get penalized. There it is, right over there. Let's head on over. So I don't get penalized, guys. All right, I am doing this so that I do not get penalized. Let's go with Genshin Impact. There we go now. Number 18. 145, stable if heating up, and 43 degrees. Please use a gamer fan. Ready? Here we are in this game, and it's heating up, folks. Let's turn up all the graphics until it can't take it anymore and says, I can't handle it anymore. We're gonna heat it up a lot here, folks. Very high. 60, there it is. High, that's as high as it goes, folks. Let's check if there's FPS interpolation. Let's say Mopro Gamer. Hyper jugular, hyper response, touch, and that's it. 60 FPS, my bro. There's no interpolation here. No, there isn't. 60 FPS. Let's see if it heats up. It's heating up. Today it's heating up ridiculously. Today there's lag, folks. You can tell. There's lag. All three. It's heating up a lot, guys. That's it. 60 FPS. There's no interpolation. I have to wipe this out. It is like crazy. Absolutely like crazy. I have completely lost track and they are just wiping me out. What did I do, man? Did it stabilize already? Stay here, you villain. All right, let's check the temperature now. Whoa, whoa, it is 42 degrees. It was at 43. So it started to suffer from throttling. Like it was getting stuck. It started doing this kind of thing. Weird movement. If we go to guttering waves, well, let's test this game, which would be Guthrie waves. Here, yeah, it's going all out. Ultra, my friend. Only at 60. It only reaches 60. And here, let's go to Pro Damer. We're going to push it and see if it doesn't overheat. Ah, look, touch response, screen refresh rate. Here, yes, it has interpolation. Why? Why not in Genshin Impact? Whoa, 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 who am I going to run into? This guy again. 53 FPS. No 120. Oh man, I cannot believe it. He is actually running away right now. He is bolting across the field as fast as he can. He is running away, and I just can't keep up with him. He is seriously running away from us and disappearing into the distance. Lost his membrane. Well, graphic. This kind. Little by little. There, now it's fully absorbed. Let's check the temperature. Whoa, it's heating up. 43 degrees again. Let's go to the next one. There's a look room. Check out how the graphics look here, bro. Let's go to setting, graphics, a look room all the way up. We're on extreme. It's gonna heat up. Prioritize frames very high. Open, turn on shadow quality, also high, very high. Open. Hey, how did this change? What was I doing here? Look, bro. How many? Let's put it here. Pro Gamer 2. Default response. Screen refresh rate. And we're going to check the network status. Watch your highs. Hey, check it out. 60 FPS. Let's go, people. How does this look? Realism. This is like a computer game. A PC game. I'm really wondering what we have over here. What could this be? Ah, it's like supplements. It is completely loaded up now, guys. I mean, is that guy actually loaded? Is it just me, or is it really starting to get dark out here? Honestly, there is definitely something strange right here. The message says, you do not have the required permission to repair this because it is currently in progress. First, complete the time story. Where do we have to go? Well, a lag spike, guys. What was that? Whoa, lag spike. It's demanding, man. Whoa, what a lag spike. What? Where is it? He wants to go back to the house. I haven't really understood the game yet. It says, reduces energy and attraction by 80% due to hypothermia. I didn't get to read the rest. It's just that it's in English. It says it in English, but also really fast, you know? What is this? We're almost at the hour mark, guys. We're almost done with the gaming test. Wow, what is this? You hear those crazy stutters, guys? No. What could this be? These graphics are really good. Damn, guys! Here's another supplement. Okay. Looks like I have to face off like a vampire. Let's put the light here. It doesn't open doors. Where exactly does this lead to? Damn, what do we have here? To do? Can someone tell me? Can someone explain it to me? This really feels like a PC game. This is a PC game, I think. That's it. There's nothing else. It actually says the word click, and it says the word world. Click here. First, you have to unlock the map. Okay. I need to watch a tutorial to see what's next, because I want to get past this part. Also, another supplement. The car looks super realistic. It's on fire. There's a calm. It crashed there. Damn, this is really good. The reduction of energy, penetration. Done. We've reached the end, folks. This is as far as we go. Really good. This game is really heating up. Okay, we've made it to the end. We have 82 battery, 44 heat, 1 hour, 1 minute. Folks, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here for this gaming session. Test, and watch out, 7,050 milliamp hours. We can say it's using 20% of the battery, 81, and it's using 20%. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, watch out, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Therefore, with 7,050 milliamp hours, you can get 5 hours of non-stop gaming on the most demanding game. But don't worry, it has bypass charging. That's good. Cool, as they say around here. It's an expensive phone, no doubt about it. Many thanks to the friends at Phones for letting me test it. And to all of you, as always, for coming to this channel. It's free. I finished this gaming test. And honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it if you subscribe. That way, I can keep creating quality content for you. If I didn't have time to test another game, because let's be honest, this is a phone for photos. It's literally a camera inside a phone, but we wanted to see how it performed. The heating was fine. It can reach up to 45 degrees. And in conclusion, I played all the games. They all ran well, except for this Humans. I'm not sure what the game is called. It started to lag a little. It's called Once Human, and someone recommended it to me. And yeah, it's seriously amazing. Highly recommended. I'll check the video for what's next, because what a game! See you in the next video. In the review, we'll see how the battery performs. 5 hours, 7,050 milliamp hours. It's power hungry and gets hot. There's a lot of power here. We have the most powerful processor to date. We've got the Snapdragon 8 Elite Generation 5 lead-in version. But this one right here, with the, thanks, Adreno 840 GPU. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.